Good morning and happy Monday. Today's awesome little announcement is the video that went live on the channel, which is the announcement of the Lord of the Hogwarts Challenge of the Month. So for this month's challenge, which is March 2017, people will be invited to illustrate a clash or interaction between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings universes, any mix or specific number of characters or whatever character. It'll be interesting. I think there will be some really cool, fun, whimsical pieces. I'm sure there will be some epic, serious pieces, but whichever they are, it's going to be so cool to see what people come up with. So go check that out and go get creative. Other than that, today is going to be an interesting sort of day. Today I'm recording a video and I'm going back to my good old 3D pens that I made a video on a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago, and I'll be using all of this filament, or as much of it as I can. And I'm not sure if I'm biting off more than I can chew, if I'll be able to get it done in one day, but I'm gonna try. But I have an idea as to what I'm gonna do, because I invited people in the little 3D pen play around video that I did, which was wildly popular and got over 600,000 views in like a week and a half, what I should create using all that filament. And there were over 10,000 comments. So I've taken the top chunk of comments and I'll be constructing something today. I won't be able to show you the full result in this vlog because I do want to keep it a surprise, but I know what I want to do and it's gonna be a little ambitious, so I'm crossing my fingers. But the first thing I need to do is clean up because I need all of this space. Yeah, I need all that as bench space. This is the sort of thing where if we successfully fundraise for the space in the new studio, I can leave all my editing and all my regular stuff set up without having to pack it up and set it up again, and just head over to studio number 2 and do a really ambitious art piece without deconstructing and then reconstructing the whole work area. So I'm really looking forward to launching that fundraiser and hopefully getting studio number 2 off the ground, because that will make a huge difference to the ambition and convenience of making future videos like this. Okay, so this is the final filming setup. As you can see, I have my 2 little reference monitors here. So on the left is my actual computer. Both of these have XSplit Broadcaster open. On the right is my Cintiq Companion 2, which is controlling this webcam, or sorry, recording that webcam. And that basically is going to be for like close-up shots, so I can move that camera in and around, and it's on my little special boom arm that I converted to a camera boom arm instead of a mic boom arm. And then this screen will be the main overall shot. So I don't actually plan on moving that camera very much. That's my C930E. Just because it's quite difficult to frame it well. It took a lot of fiddling to get it to look decent, but yeah, anyways. So my main computer is going to be capturing the full shot and the audio, and then the other computer is going to be capturing the secondary shot, which is going to be pretty useful when I build stuff. Otherwise, I have 2 tubs, which I'm going to separate all the filament into after I introduce the video and use the 3D pen. And this is my little platform. You can see I've sort of melted the the platform from the last time I used it. By the way, if anyone was wondering, which is probably no one, this is actually just my perpetual year calendar. I just needed a hard, shiny surface that I could draw on, and it turned out to be perfect. So I've used it more for 3D pen drawing than I have actually, you know, calendaring. And in case you've ever wondered, this is what 7 boxes of 3D pen filament looks like. So I'm tucking away at it and I'm making progress. This was my first attempt at the head, and I tried to do it sort of freestyle, and it was getting messy very quickly. So I just abandoned that pretty soon. And I've actually been using a little toy ball as a guide, and that has really made it much easier, especially for the face, which needs to be symmetrical and neat. The rest I can freestyle a bit more, I think, like the body and stuff, but yeah, I think this is more important to try and be symmetrical. And I can add more later, like to the drawer to build that up and stuff, but yeah, I'm happy with progress so far. I'm just tucking away at it and I'm going to keep going, but it's definitely a bit of a painstaking, time-consuming process, but we'll get there. Hours later, I realized once again that I bit off more than I could chew. I got my my 3D pen piece half done, but the good news is you guys can join me for the other half, because I'll finish it off in the stream tomorrow, which I mean, should be fun. I'll again be sort of decided already what I'm making, but you'll find out what it is in the stream and come along and have a bit of fun. So I'll put the link in the description and the time and stuff, but it'll be at Twitch at 9 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. In the meantime, I did say on the last work day that I would take a whole bunch of questions for the question of the day. So Robert Campbell says, is there a video out there that has you explaining what the fundraiser is and when it is to, or did it already happen? Yeah, there is. It's one called I'm selling my original artwork, and in that video I sort of go through it all, but the basic gist is it hasn't happened yet. We're thinking maybe a week from now, a week and a bit from now, we're hoping to launch a fundraiser to raise money to repair our shed, which will then also be sort of usable with more space as studio number 2, which means I can do a whole bunch more content that I haven't been able to do before, and it also means that it won't get flooded and won't kill me, and there's more details that will come out about that, but I hope that answers your question. Billy Burney says, what's going on with the TV show? I don't know, it's just one of those things where, like, we filmed it, when was it? It was like June last year, I think. And it only took like a week to film all the episodes, and then it's just sort of been in their hands. So I think they've been still incrementally releasing them, but replaying a lot of them as well. It'd be cool if they contact me for another season, but otherwise we've sort of just moved on to other projects, and that's sort of a maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but we're not really thinking about it, to be honest. Squeal asks, do you keep all of your unedited videos or just the finished ones? How many gigabytes of videos do you have? I do keep raw footage most of the time. Sometimes I overflow it, but I currently have about 2 terabytes, 2.5 terabytes of raw footage. I keep all of the vlog raw footage, which is a bit crazy because it's like I'm filming every day, but especially when I do things like when I made the fundraiser video and stuff, all this vlog footage is really useful because all of a sudden I have footage from like when it flooded or when, you know, like family things happened or this or that, and so I can go back to the date that I want the footage from and find like loads of footage for things like that. So it's really helpful, plus it's also nice to have the raw and original family footage stuff. So yeah. Beck Diggity says, is the VR room being extended, or are you making a Jazza Studios office so you can move extra stuff out of the main studio? It's being extended, so it's going to be about 2.5 times the size that it is if we can successfully get everything together. But it's sort of going to be a Studio 2 rather than an office. So I'll be able to use it for stuff like this, because I would have preferred to do a drawing stream tomorrow, but because I have all this stuff set up and it would be a nightmare to pack up and then set up again with the same positioning and everything, I'm just going to have to continue this in the stream. So having a separate studio to do more intricate stuff like this allows me to go somewhere else, like to set it up and pack it up. And also it won't be exclusively a VR studio. It will be used for that, and it'll be more functional and cool for that and allow me to hopefully do mixed reality and stuff, but it'll mean I can do more large scale traditional stuff as well. So it's going to be a little more versatile. Jamie Martin says, did you go to school for art after high school, or did you learn through other resources? I'm self-taught, essentially. I have how to draw books that helped me. I taught myself through high school, and by the time I finished high school, I just sort of kept doing what I was doing. And any improvement I make is from just doing it a lot and occasionally through observing and, you know, specifically practicing certain things, but most of the time I'm just making stuff non-stop. Alright, that'll do for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm pretty knackered. That was a full-on session, but I look forward to seeing you in the stream tomorrow if you care to come. Once again, details are in the description. Thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll see you later.